Good day everyone, I'm Angela Tumada, the first reporter of our group's UDMAC's Quality Assessment and Improvement Plan. Universidad de Manila or UDM, formerly City College of Manila, aims to provide free quality education to the city's deserving scholars. With its continuous years of service, it decided to expand its operation or services, resulting in the UDM Henry C. Senior Campus or UDM Annex located on Carlos Palanca Street in Santa Cruz, Manila near Quiapo. It established an area to fulfill the physiological needs of its students with approximately 2,500 students of College of Business Administration or CBA. It plays a vital role in fostering a comfortable and supportive environment, fostering or promoting productivity and well-being. You are wondering why did we establish this quality and improvement plan even though the UDMAC is still operating? The answer resides to the key objectives or preceding key objectives, which is first, to identify the issues encountered by the UDMAC within the four areas. This includes the manpower, materials or methods, and then machines. Next is to enhance the services offered by the UDMAC by conducting a preliminary research about the quality and improvement plan to address the specified issues. And then third is to guarantee the successful creation of a reconfiguration plan to provide solutions for the UDMAC. Fourth is to present a comprehensive analysis of the costs and benefits of the said proposal to support and strengthen the elaborated recommendations. And then lastly is to give an overview of the action plan, which consists of the budget, the person and department responsible, the specific activities, the target date, as well as the schedule. Next part is the statement of the problem that will be reported by minutes.
So, good day everyone. My name is Leandria Clarice Fidelino and I'm here to discuss the statement of the problem number 1. So, one of the problems we are addressing is the lack of strict implementation of canteen rules and regulations. And it caused some of the problems like overcrowding, disorganization, and abandoned trash. Also the damaged signages. And as such, there is still abandoned trash and disorganized chairs and damaged signages caused by the students themselves. And it has an impact on operational efficiency because of the staffs are having their additional workload as they spend more time on managing the behavior of every student instead of managing the canteen, the cashier, the cleanliness, and the overall cleanliness of the canteen. So the next reporter.
I am Rhea May Flores and let's proceed to SOP number 2 for space utilization. UDMAC current space utilization is far from optimal. Upon our observation, the 3 large food display racks are significantly oversized with the limited snack selections, leading to wasted space and cramped atmosphere for students. Additionally, the gate or the divider within the canteen limits the pathway, further worsening the said issue. Addressing this issue can create more comfortable and welcoming canteen for students. Next, reporter.
I'm Jasmine Jade Sinyangar and we will proceed to SOP number 3, the poor waste management handling. So the canteen itself is struggling with the fact with the critical lack of proper waste management. Our observation and interview with the canteen staff revealed another serious problem, which is the current trash bin is way too small. This leads to frequent overflows, creating a messy and unsanitary environment. This situation is worsened by the fact that students often place their waste on the top of overflowing bins. Next report, please.
I am John Andre Pasqua that will present the lack of proper signage or posters that has been identified as one of the issues of UDMAC's operation. According to the interviewed canteen staff, the students frequently remove or vandalize the signage. This results in the following situation. First is the canteen floor remains dirty. Second is the table are often left uncleaned. That makes it unsanitary for other users. And lastly is the absence of clear instruction leading to non-compliance among the students. Next reporter.
So, good day. My name is Francis Barent A. Samala, and I will discuss the SOP number 5, which is the lack of environmental tools. As the student of the population grows in the UDM Annex, it accommodates more students. However, with the increase in foot traffic, the canteen faces challenges in implementing cleanliness, particularly due to improper waste disposal. Despite with availability in trash bins, the students are still disposing their waste into full trash bins, resulting to flowing and spread the trash into the floors. Next reporter.
I am Aisha Slay A. Vidal, and I will be discussing the insufficient investment in appliances. Lastly, there is insufficient investment in appliances. There is only one electric fan that is accessible only to the canteen staff. The canteen area is open space but is incapable of making the students stay comfortable wherein there is no proper ventilation or appliances to improve the air circulation. Since our country has a tropical climate, we often experience heat, so problems contribute to unpleasant humidity experience in the canteen area. In the root cause of the problem and the quality tool is an Ishikawa or fishbone diagram to present the root causes of the poor operational resource management of UDMAC. These are categorized into 4 key areas: manpower, methods, materials, and machines. The main problem stems from inefficiencies in these areas. Under manpower, the lack of strict enforcement of canteen rules leads to excessive non-dining activities and unmanaged student waste. In the first cause, methods, poor space utilization with sub-cost limits pathways, while poor waste management with sub-cost lack of trash segregation. The second cause is the materials. The lack of proper signage, such as warning posters with a sub-cost of no clear indications of warning and reminder posters, and lack of environmental management tools with a sub-cost of lack of trash bins, which contribute to unsanitary conditions. Lastly, machines reveals insufficient investment in appliances, a sub-cause of the lack of electric fans, which affects the comfort and air circulation. These interconnected problems highlights the need for systematic improvement to enhance the UDMAC's operational and efficiency resource management.
Next is the existing floor layout, resource inventory, and operational overview of the UDMAC. So as you can see at the figure 2 is the existing floor layout of UDMC, which is previously or originally called as an open area or balcony, as well as the fire exit. This shows that there is a limited space for placing various furniture needed in a canteen. Next, for the UDMAC resource inventory, it is given that it is a canteen, so its main operation is to provide food essential within the campus to fulfill the physiological needs of its stakeholders. At the figure 3 is the actual images of the UDMAC, which includes the existing racks or shelves and appliances utilized to store or storing food, including the desserts, beverages, snacks. Next. Next is the figure 4, which is, it shows or it presents the space for dining with tables and chairs placed at the left side of the canteen when you view it from the entrance, and it serves as a place or room for dining with the food they purchased. Next. Next, as you can see at the figure 5 is the only trash bin within the UDMAC. You can see that it is overflowing, and most of the time it is not always collected even though that it is full. Next. Figure 6 shows the only appliances or electric fan at the UDMAC, which is only intended for the canteen staff. This shows that there is a lack of appliances allocated or that facilitates or fosters air control and comfort among its customers. Figure 7 shows the image of the pathway within the UDMAC, and as you can see, there is a small pathway, and from the small space, it is often congested with students who will buy from the canteen as well as those who aim to exit the campus. This is the additional image for the small pathway or pathway within the UDMAC. Next. And then lastly is the images of metal barriers or the spaces where the canteen staff can post signage or posters equipped with guidelines or instructions for the students while staying at the canteen. So moving on for the operational overview, and it is all about the implementation of the UDMAC's rules or policies wherein there are students who refuse to abide or comply with the provided guidelines or instructions even though the canteen staff repeatedly reminded them regarding about their trash and the organization of the tables and chairs. Next is the UDMAC's poor waste management. Given that there is only one trash bin and it is often overflowing or piling with trash. And there are moments or times that the bin is missing, so there are students who will look farther for trash bins while carrying an amount of litter. Next is the improvement proposal.
Now, let's move on to improvement proposal. Letter A, UDMAC reconfiguration. Okay. Figure 10, proposed UDMAC layout. Next po. Mama. Over. So, let's discuss the overview of proposed UDMAC reconfiguration. To maximize the space of UDMAC, we propose a new layout. Here, you can see here, that incorporates several strategic improvements. First, we reduce the food rack from 3 to 2, here. That this significantly free up the valuable floor space. Next, food utensil inverted chiller will be placed next to the 2 food racks, followed by 2 chillers sponsored by the ice cream brands. We also relocated the cashier area in the front of food display. This new placement allows staff to effectively oversee the entire canteen. We also propose to transform the current swing gate into a foldable gate, here like this. This gate will be installed on the left side only, significantly widening the pathway for students exiting UDEM Annex and entering the canteen. The foldable gate will be locked into the other side of the other part of the divider here, like this. And while the long metal strip will be anchored to the ground. Our proposed new layout offers cost-effective, immediate implementable solution that significantly improve the functionality of the canteen and creates more comfortable and efficient space for students and staff. Next box. Problem endorsed by the proposal. So the reconfiguration directly addressed the problem on poor space utilization and lack of pathway space or capacity within the UDMAC. Next.
Next is the Improve UDMAC Resource Inventory. Next. Letter A, proper signage posters. To address the lack of proper signage or posters, our group proposes the implementation of having a more durable, tamper-resistant, and clear signage. Whereas in terms of design and materials, the signage to be attached should have a bold and readable fonts for better visibilities and comprehension, as well as tamper-proof and tear resistance. Then in placement, the signage should be positioned at entrance and exit or above trash bins, as well as near dining tables. The signage including clean as you go or clay go, no littering, and waste segregation instruction should be added. Next.
So, the next one is more environmental management tool. To address the issue in waste management disposal, we propose certain improvements. There will be an increase in the capacity and numbers of trash bins, placing them around the canteen to better accommodate and encourage proper waste disposal. Segregated bins will introduce label biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and recyclable. Next.
Next is the investment in appliances. The primary goal of this investment is the creation of comfortable environment in the canteen that improves the overall or the air circulations. It includes the procurement of industrial grade fans. It's either wall mounted or ceiling fans. These type of fans are ideal for covering larger areas and improving the air circulations effectively. Instead of purchasing multiple standard fans, the investment focuses on industrial grade fans since it is more powerful and more durable and making them cost effective in a long run. Placing them near students allow these fans to serve larger capacity of people with using it in a small amount of electric fans. Next. In the proposal, it addresses issues on lack of proper signage or posters, lack of environmental management tools, and insufficient investment in appliances. These issues is critical to improving the resource and management sufficiency. Next.
So now let's move on to the overview of enhanced wage management and policy enforcement. I will discuss the part of the lack of strict implementation of canteen rules and regulation. So, to address the lack of strict implementation of canteen rules and regulation, first we propose to replace the paper signages with more durable and uh, uh, securely attached material in the high visibility areas. The second one is if the students will still continue to violate the rules, the canteen staff will use the verbal reinforcement for overstaying and for the trash. Additionally, the criminology interns, once approved by the head of the criminology department, they will assist in monitoring the area of canteen, and then they will be trained in the conflict resolution to inform the students to dispose their trash properly uh, and to respect the time limits and avoid the overstaying. Next.
Next is the poor waste management handling. So the UDM Annex Canteen waste management system is inadequate, leading to frequent overflows, creating a messy and unsanitary environment and posing a health risk. So we provide some following improvements. Number one is implement waste segregation. Designate a separate bin for recyclable, compostable, and general waste. Next is partner with Alert. Establish a schedule for emptying and collection of the regular bin to minimize the overflow bins and towering garbage pile. Number three, maintain and clean bins regularly. By doing this, it can prevent odors, pest infestation, and health hazard. So next is the problem endorsed by the enhanced UDM-AC, the lack of strict implementation of canteen rules and regulation. Number two is poor waste management handling. By implementing the solution we mentioned earlier, we can create a clean, safe, and more hygienic environment for everyone in the UDMAs. Next.
So the next one is improvement proposal cost. For the improvement proposal cost, as you can see here in the manpower cost, we got the billing rate of 840 for the skilled fabricator with a duration of 2 days with a total of 1,680, and billing rate on unskilled laborer with 660 pesos on 2 days of duration with a total of 1,320. So the overall manpower cost is 3,000 pesos. So for the material cost, we got the welding rod for 200 pesos and 2.5 kilos with a total cost of 240. So the manpower cost and the material cost the total is 3,240 pesos. So for the resource cost, for the signage or poster, we got 95 pesos for the quantity of 5 with a total of 295. So we got 95 because of 50 for printing and lamination for 50 pesos, and then 5 with a quantity of 5. So 250 plus 45 pesos of packing tape plus 45, so we got 295. So the next is trash bins. One trash bins costs 1,280. We got 3, so The total is 3,840. So the next is electric fan. The one electric fan costs 1,168. We just got one, and the total of that is 1,160. So the total of resource cost is 5,303 pesos. So for the overall improvement proposal cost for this reconfiguration, in UTM-AC reconfiguration, we got 3,240, and the improved UTM-AC resource inventory, we got 5,303 pesos with a total cost of 8,543. Next.
Next is the recommendation and benefits. Next. For manpower, the UDM-AC staff may assign another one staff to monitor and enforce rules, ensuring consistent implementation of it. They should also have a rotating schedule to evenly distribute the responsibility and prevent overburdening. Next is utilizing the criminology interns to manage foot traffic and enforce policies effectively, especially during peak hours. This proposal can encourage students' compliance with the rules, enhancing the dining atmosphere for everyone, and maintaining a cleaner and organized canteen.
The following improvements addressed above is number 1.
For method, we recommend optimizing the canteen layout to improve the student traffic flow, which makes the canteen more welcoming and user-friendly, while reducing congestions. Next is by relocating the trash bins in convenient places like near dining areas to promote accessibility and proper waste disposal practices among students. Lastly is by reorganizing the food area to allow the canteen staff to operate efficiently and improve the overall dining experience and minimize the risk of unpaid items. Next.
For material, replacing existing signage with a durable material such as laminated paper significantly extend the life of the sign, reducing replacement costs and ensuring clear and consistent messaging. Posting the sign in the visible location maximize their effectiveness, and to maintain its quality, conducting regular inspection is a must. Installing sturdy, easy-to-clean bin near a sitting area for convenient waste disposal. This encourages responsible behavior and contribute to a cleaner environment. Next po. For machine, installing wall-mounted accelerating fan on the opposite sides of seating area. This free up valuable floor space, improving the flow of students and provide more room for sittings and tables. Next.
So the next one is cost-benefit analysis. So for the cost-benefit analysis, we got the cost earlier of 8,543 and the benefit per week of 51,000 pesos. So we got the benefit per week from the canteen staff. So yes. So per week 51,000, per month 204,000 pesos. Per year, we got 2,448,000. So in the net benefit, we subtract the cost of the benefit. So the net benefit per week is 42,457. The net benefits per month is 195,457. And for the net benefit per year is 2,439,457 pesos. Next.
So, let's move on to the last section of our presentation, which is the implementation plan. So, there are 6 phases in the implementation plan, and the number 1 is the planning phase. In planning phase, this will be happening on the first week of January. And here, by organizing and preparing the necessary data, also to identify the documents needed and the project requirements. The responsible for this are the UDM operation department, the canteen staffs, and the budget here is 500 pesos. This is for the organizing the data and also preparing the documents. The next phase is the analysis phase. This will happen on the 2nd to 4th week of the January. So here in analysis phase, the current setup will be analyzed to find the problem and also to identify the root causes. The goal here is to develop strategies and address the issues, also to address the issues, and then the responsible for this is the UDM operational department, also the canteen staffs. The budget here is 0 as there is no additional budget for this phase. The third phase is the design phase. Here, this will happen on the 4th week of the January. So in design phase, the structure will be redesigned, including the new layout plan. So here in design phase, the responsible for this is the UDM operation department, the canteen staffs, and the UDM maintenance and engineering teams. They will collaborate to validate the plan and also to make necessary adjustments before the redesigning of the structure. So the budget here is again 0. There's no required budget for this design phase. Next. So the 4th one is the approval. So in approval, this will happen on the early February or the first week of February. So in approval, the proposed changes will be reviewed by the UDM operation department and also the canteen staffs and also the UDM administrator. Yes. Here, this is to ensure that the policy compliance and also to align with the project objectives before the final approval. So the budget for this is 0 as there's no required budgeting for the approval process. The next one is the Fifth phase, which is the implementation phase. Here in implementation phase, this will happen on the second to the third week of February. So in the implementation phase, the focus will be on the budgeting, the acquiring of materials, and to execute the plan. The responsible for this is the UDM operation management, or the department, the canteen staffs, and the UDM maintenance and engineering team. So the budget for this is 10,000. It is for the materials and the implementation. So the last one is the support and maintenance phase. In support and maintenance phase, this will happen on the last week of February. Here in support and maintenance phase, the project will be evaluated for the goal achievement and for the maintenance needs. The responsible for this is the UDM operation department and the canteen staffs. The budget for this is 0, as there's no required budget for this, but ongoing maintenance costs are expected. So this is the end of the presentation of the group 2. Thank you everyone, and especially to Dr. Balse.